Who's going to be first in the chat? The chat this evening. Let's find out. Yo, Eddie's made it first. What's up, Eddie? Can you hear me okay? Let me know. Be to get the rules. See you in a second, Eddie. And what's up, Anna? See you in the chat. How are you doing? And what's up, WB? Had to think for a second who that was. What's up to Jazz, the Canadian tow truck queen? How are you doing, Jazz? Anna says, how's you? I'm doing all right, thank you, Anna. I've just finished my tip, so I'm feeling full of food. Did a little bit of a workout before, so I'm feeling good. And I'm glad to hear that you're well as well. Thanks for the update about the sound, Eddie. Appreciate that. What did I have to eat? So I had some more of that soy mint stuff. I'll have to do a bit. I keep saying it. I sound like a stuck record, but I really will soon have to start making more videos again. And there's soy mints that I use, which is incredible because it's called textured vegetable protein. And all to do to cook it right is you literally just put hot water on it. I put a bit of soy sauce in there just to kind of give it a bit of seasoning. And that's it. You just literally just pour the water on it, cover it with like a lid for a few minutes. And it's like super high protein. It's good quality food. And yeah, made out of soybeans basically. So I had some of that, 80 grams of that, which is 40 grams of protein. Had some buckwheat / like wheat noodles. It was a blend of buckwheat and wheat noodles. Some kidney beans and some kimchi and some sesame seeds and some sesame oil. So that was what I had for tea. Sounds a bit random. It was kind of random, but it was good. Full of fibre, full of protein. And yeah, some healthy fats in there as well. So I'm feeling good. Feeling good. And what's up, Amber? Nice to see you in the chat. And what's up to Ari as well? Good to see you. Anna says, sounds yum. You know what, Anna? It was nice. It was nice. Honestly, like as I say, it was a bit random, but it's good. What's up to everyone who's just joined the room? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just telling the chat about what I had for tea, which was some noodles, some soy mints, and some other bits and pieces, some kimchi. I've been loving kimchi, not just at the moment, full stop. I love kimchi. And if you guys have never tried kimchi, I recommend. Very good for your gut. Very tasty, a little bit spicy, crunchy, refreshing. Mwah. Very good indeed. And shout out to the 17 people tuning into the stream right now. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Thursday. I had to think about what day it was. It is the day just after, well, it's 9 minutes past 8 here in England. And if you're watching the stream, I would love to know where you're watching from. And as always, big love to everybody who's hit the like button. 5 likes, 3 minutes in. Let's go. Anna says that random picky bits are always great. This is true, very true indeed. And it is summer, so it is the season of picky bits. And as always, if you're new here, hit subscribe to join the vibe. Don't make me tap the table, because I will tap the table. Hit subscribe to join the vibe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and when we hit that, hopefully one day, we're going to go crazy. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. Pepper Official 1234 says, my cousin is a WWE wrestler named Randy. No way. No way that Randy Orton's your cousin. What's up to you, Kaylin? Good to see you in the chat. And thank you, Eddie, for the pinnable comment. Shout out to all the people that just joined the stream as well. 22 people rocking along, joining the vibe. I'm actually going to pin the comment from Eddie. And as always, remember, this is a chill space, a positive space. Whoever you are and wherever you're from, this is a good vibe stream. So we want to come together, spread a bit of good energy. And that's pretty much it. What more can I say? Pepper Official says, no cap, my cousin is Randy Orton. Well, if that is actually true, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because I know who Randy Orton is. And that's insane if Randy Orton is legit your cousin. Okay, so Kaylin's not taking her medication, is very hyper. So Kaylin, we need to keep it nice and calm today. Because when you were away, we had a chat. Me and the chat agreed that we don't want any silly behaviour. No one being mean. No one kicking off. No one getting aggressive or sweating. We want to keep it nice and chill, Kaylin. So if you need to, go and have your medication because we want to keep it chill around here. And Banana Bangers is back. What's up to you, Banana? And Foxy is correct. What's up to you, Mr. Fox? Foxy says, Kaylin, taking meds is advisable. Absolutely. Amber's off on holiday for 2 weeks on Tuesday. Very nice, Amber. Where are you going? Pepper says, yeah, no one believes that my cousin is Randy Orton in real life. What's he like? If that is actually true, Pepper, hopefully you're not lying, because that would be annoying if you were. But if you are not lying, what's Randy like as a person? Or Uncle Randy to you? What's up to you, Arthur? Good to see you back in the chat. And Banana says, Edward, what up? I'm so excited for another lit stream. I'm hyped. Oh yeah, Banana, that's what I'm talking about. That's the energy we love. Legend. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. And hope you guys have had a, like I just said, it's just after 8 o'clock here in England. And I think most of the people watching the stream probably are from the UK or from England or somewhere else in the UK. But wherever you're watching from, big up to you. WB Vibe says, love that WB. He says, a small community, a big heart, and a big goal. W to WB, legend, absolute legend. Huntsman, I thought he'd changed his name yet again, but he's not. He's still on the Roaring Night Delta Taroon. So what's up to you, Huntsman? Good to see you. And thank you to Eddie for hiding that weird comment from a strange person. Good work. And hello to you, Sterny. Good to see you, Sterny. Foxy said, did you watch footy, Edward? Yes, I did, Fox. And it was a good, well, I say it was a good match. It ended up being a good match, but honestly, the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh, what is this? What is this? How it's going to be? Is this how it's going to be, England? To be honest with you, when they scored the first goal, I was disappointed, but not surprised, honestly. But to get the result we did was amazing. But the question to you, Mr. Fox, is are you going to be staying up from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. on Sunday night? Let me know. Huntsman is at a park right now, tuning in from a park. Well, have fun in the fresh air, Mr. Huntsman. Amber keeps calling Greenhead, and I don't know what that means. Oh, and Huntsman has changed his name. It's like a weekly change at this point. Sterney's had a good training session, which is what we like to hear. Now, if anyone, we've got Pepper, official 1234, and apparently Pepper's cousin in real life is Randy Orton, who is a very well-known wrestler. I'm trying to think whether Randy Orton, I'm tripping out because I can't remember whether Randy Orton was like also a mixed martial arts athlete. I think he maybe was just an WWE wrestler. And WB says, I just had a vegan sausage roll cooked by myself. Let's go, WB! Legend, WB. And how was the sausage roll? Eddie says, sadly, England was shit for this part of the match because we are better than DRC. I mean, here's my thing, guys. Like I was saying the other day, there's no excuse for England not being better than some of these countries which are poor, have worse infrastructure, less training facilities, less coaches, less everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, we should be right up there. And Foxy says Monday, innit? Yeah, I think it's like the early hours of Monday, Mr. Fox. I'm pretty sure it starts at like 1 a.m. on Monday, rather than like Monday night, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's going to be like super late on Sunday night or early hours of Monday morning. I just saw a funny video actually on Twitter before, and it was some guy, he was like mashed in like, it looked like a pub toilet or something, and he was mashed, he was like by this, he was like staggering around, and some guy was like, you all right, mate? He's like, oh, he's like, I'm meant to be, I'm meant to be at work in the morning. He was mangled, like wrecked up. And I think there's going to be a few people that are absolutely wrecked up on a Monday morning. And I'm not going to lie, if anyone's watching this, don't try and pull a sickie. Just, your boss is not going to believe that. Just go for it. Sterney says, I'm all ready for my finals. Good to hear it, Sterney. Fingers crossed for that. And Amber's off to Cape Verde on Tuesday. Very nice, Amber. That should be good. Probably pretty hot, I imagine. And no, Huntsman, I haven't listened to your recommendation yet. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down. I'm going to write it down again. Or did I write it down? But the honest answer is no, Huntsman. I did not, unfortunately, listen to your recommendation. So I apologise. And I'm going to write it down again. Because that's the only way I'm, honestly. Because when I get off the streams, like, I'm a bit tired, honestly. Sometimes, anyway. Death by Glamour. I thought I'd written this down, but I can't see it anywhere. Death by Glamour. So thank you, Huntsman. I have listened to people's suggestions before. There was, I think it was Eddie that recommended Kilo. And I really liked that. That was really good. So I'll follow up on that one. So thank you, Mr. Huntsman, for the recommendation. Foxy says, I've already got my excuses wrote and rehearsed for work if you're referring to skill game at 1 a.m. I am talking to you, Mr. Fox, because I'm not gonna lie, if I was a boss and someone tried to call in on Sunday night or Monday morning, unless they had like ongoing legitimate health problems, I'd be like, you're just lying. You're just lying to me. Eddie says 1 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. Thanks for the update, Eddie. So yeah, it's going to be a late one. And honestly, I don't know if I can do that. Because if it was like ending at 1 a.m., I'd do it. But if it's finishing at like 3:30, I get up for work like 4 hours after that. And I don't know. The only thing I can think of is trying to go to bed at like 10:30ish, having a sleep for a couple hours, and then setting an alarm for 1. I don't know. It is the World Cup, so I do want to see it. So I'm going to play that one by ear. What's up to you, Mrs. Grins? Good to see you back in the chat. You say, hello, everyone. How is everyone? I'm doing pretty well, thank you, Gremlins. Nice to see you back in the chat. And how are you doing? What's up, Bailey? Good to see you in the chat as well. How are you doing, Bailey? And it's going to be apparently 30 degrees. Everybody's going on holiday, Cape Verde. Cape Verde. A couple of my relatives go there sometimes for a holiday. And they seem to like it, so hopefully you'll have a good time. Fox says, I've done a few 12-hour shifts, still wrecked from the night before, no sleep. Yeah, fair play, Mr. Fox, fair play. How many hours a day do you normally work, Foxy? Because I know you work a manual job. Like, what's your work pattern like? And yes, Eddie, we've got the pin message. Thank you very much. Oh, and Foxy, oh, man. Mr. Fox, right here, and you were right, Foxy. I have forgotten again. So I'm annoyed with myself actually because I literally said on the last stream, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come off this stream. I'm gonna watch that, and I forgot straight away. I was like, right, close the stream down, go get a snack, and I forgot immediately. But thank you for reminding me, Foxy, because I do like genuinely. I'm not just saying that. I am interested in type of stuff. So I've got 2 things to check. I've got Death by Glamour to check out from Huntsman, and I've got the McMinnville photos to explore as well. So thank you for your patience, Mr. Fox, and shout out to everyone who's just joined us as well. And thank you to WB. I think it might have been you recommended Zakilo. Maybe Eddie recommended it as well. No recommendations from Bailey. Can listen to music. And Mr. Fox thinks we're going to beat Mexico. So if you're just tuning in, England recently played the Democratic Republic of Congo, and we won. And the next game is against Mexico in Mexico, Ciudad del Mexico, Mexico City. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But it's going to be very late at night, so I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I want to, maybe will. Amber says I have to get up at 2:30 on Tuesday. I was thinking, why do you have to get up so early? But then that's because you're going on holiday. But yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be on a Sunday night, Monday night, Sunday night. Sterney's back in the room. Mrs. Gremlin's feeling a little bit low, but ice cream is helping me. Well, Mrs. Gremlins, you've got to do whatever it takes. So I'm glad the ice cream is helping. Bailey's been to see a film, Minions vs. Monsters. Sounds like a film. What's up to you, Hayley, as well? Nice to see you. Bailey says, Edward, you suit so much. Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate that. I think there's a couple of colours which are kind of more suit my skin tone and my colour. I think purple. I think I like purple. I think it suits me. And I like blue as well. I think blue works on me as a colour. So thank you. 9 weeks off school for Amber. Very good. Foxy thinks we're going to beat Mexico. We should do, but it's in a city. And I don't know. The altitude, Mr. Fox. The altitude, the home crowd. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping so. We should beat them, but yeah. WB says, I ordered the amazing digital circus Animini arriving early November. What is that, WB? Is that a plushie or is that like a model? What is that? And Nezuko #1 fan says, hello. Hello to you, Nezuko #1 fan. Good to see you in the chat. Fox says, the England game will be a hard one, but I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it, honestly. I don't think that's the hardest competition we will or could face, so fingers crossed. Ayers Rock is back in the chat. Good to see you, Rock. How are you doing? And 137 times 11 says, it's coming home, boys. Love the energy. Oh, yeah, 137 times 11. Good to see you. Amber says, I think France versus Mexico will be the final. No offence, but Mexico are really good, but I'm rooting for England. Well, we appreciate the support, and we shall see. We shall see. Mrs. Gremlin says, Edward, I have a question. Is it possible to talk to you privately? Because I'm embarrassed to say it in the chat. Yeah, you can. If you're on Instagram, Mrs. Gremlins, you can add me on Instagram. My username is EdwardCares _. So if you want to connect on there, we can connect there. Rock says, I'm doing well. How are you? I'm doing all right, thank you, Mr. Rock. I believe it's Mr. I think it's Mr. Rock. Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you, Rock. Chilling. Had some food, hanging out, vibe with the chat. We've just been talking about football. The World Cup is on at the moment, and the next game for England will be at 1 a.m. Well, it's technically Monday morning, but it's basically Sunday night. So it's going to be very late at night. And I was just saying to the chat before, there's going to be off sore heads on Monday morning in England. There's going to be some people trying to pull. Listen, if you're going out and you're watching the game, or you're staying up late watching the game, you've just got to suck it up and just, you can't, because if you pull a sickie on Monday, there's not going to appreciate it, and it's not going to work out for you. And thank you, Mr. Rock. You are a Mister. I thought you were, but wanted to be sure. Bailey's trying to get my blood pressure raised by saying soccer is so cool. Well, football is very cool, thank you, Bailey. Football is cool. WB says, an animini is a model designed to look like characters the package will have abstracted the amazing digital creator characters. Cool, WB. Sounds good. Sterney says, didn't England only win the World Cup once? As far as I know, Sterney, yeah, I believe that's the case. Unfortunately, only one lot of glory. But who knows? It's coming home. This year could be the year. I'll tell you something, though. If England did win the World Cup, the country would go crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, there'd be parties for multiple days on end, I think. Multiple days. Fox says they should give us all a holiday. Yeah, if England won the World Cup, we deserve a holiday. That much is for certain. And Bailey says, yes, it was 1966 that England won the World Cup. See, I always get it wrong. I always think it's 1965, but you're right, it was 1966. Oh, refreshment. Fuck it, Foxy says, pull a sickie, it's the ideal excuse. And near soccer indeed, Foxy, near. Bailey's been a real troll this evening. He says, the only thing coming home to England is the fans. Listen, Bailey, if England wins the World Cup, you'll have to eat your words. And take care, Mrs. Gremlin. So I'll message you tomorrow. Have a good night / day, everyone, and thanks. Take care of yourself, Mrs. Gremlin, and I hope you feel better soon. Ethan Lim, not sure what he's trying. But Amber says, are you going to watch Edward? TBD, to be decided. I don't know. Like I was saying, I might. If I do watch it, I'll have to go to bed and set an alarm for like 1 and get up and just take the hit. I'm not gonna lie. If I stayed up that late, ruined my sleep, and England lost, I'd be gutted because I'm someone who needs my sleep. And if it wasn't a good result, I'd be annoyed. Jamie says, is Boston the new potato centre? I'm not entirely sure what that means, honestly. Don't worry, Banana, I can see your messages, so I can see you. Rock, USA wins, it will be called Soccer International. If America wins, we're going to war. We're going to war. Europe versus America. Foxy says, seen any films at cinema you can recommend, Edward? You know what, Mr. Fox? Recently, mate. Not recently. No. The only film I've really heard about recently was, what's it called? I can't remember. It begins with a B. My friend went to see it recently and said it was alright. She also saw Toy Story 5. Yeah, Toy Story 5, which she said she enjoyed. Personally, I think, like, that's 2 Toy Stories. Toy Stories was awesome, but 5? Do you need 5? With the franchises, when you get beyond, like, 3, I kind of think they're just doing it for money. Like, obviously the films are there to make money, but I don't know. I can't think of a single franchise where the 4th or the 5th one has been better than the 1st or the 2nd one. I'm happy to be corrected, but that's how I see it. To answer your question, Foxy, no, as Jackass Best and Last is out, but I've not heard good things about that either, to be honest with you. Bailey says Toy Story ended at 3 for me. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like for me, Indiana Jones. Like, I love Indiana Jones, but when you get to like 5, 6, like I don't know. Rock says, I don't feel that will be much of a fight if Europe takes on America. We have 1.5 person average. I personally own 75. No way, Rock. You don't own 75 guns. I'm calling BS on that. No way. No way. Even like a hardened American gunslinger, 75 guns is... Nah, I'd believe that. If you said 17, I could believe that, but 75 guns, nah. Fox says, I've not been to the cinema in over 15 years and fancied it. Okay, so you fancy film after how long? New Spielberg film's Disclosure Day. I've not heard much about that. Spielberg had a new film coming, but yeah, I've not heard much about that, honestly. Ooh, 1% battery. I have to hold this, bear with me, gang. And Jamie's is confusing me with this comment and says, is the Empire writing back to this address? I don't know what that means. Vader called, he wants his O2 tank back. Who are you talking to, Jamie's? Vader says, that's the fastest I've seen Edward move. Sometimes it's got to be done. And thanks, thanks, Eddie, for timing out the weird messages. The weird messages from someone called Jamie's. Weird messages. Banana says, Edward, what's your Insta? I want to send you some photos. If you are down, I want to show you. So my Insta is EdwardCares, Banana, but just be aware that I can't message anyone who's under 18. So no offense whatsoever, but if anyone who's under 18, if you send me anything, I can't add to it just because it's not appropriate. But yeah, if you guys want to follow my Instagram, it's EdwardCares_. And apparently Rock does own tons, literally like hundreds of kilos of guns. Apparently Rock owns 47 hunting/assault rifles, 13 shotguns, and 17 handguns. That is insane if true. And Bailey said, when I say soccer, I'm only friendly trolling. Hope you know. Yeah, don't worry, Bailey. I know you're only teasing me. Bailey says, Edward's Instagram best friend is me. Me and Mr. Bailey are linked on Instagram. Now, Fox says, Simpsons are predicting Mexico and Ireland in the finals, and maybe Mexico will win. Well, listen, the Simpsons have been pretty spot on with some of the previous predictions. Okay, and Foxy says, I wouldn't mention GUNS on stream. The information police will be on to you. Fair point, Mr. Fox. Actually, yeah, I don't want the stream to get shut down if YouTube are thinking I'm talking about weaponry. But if that is true, if Rock really does own that many GUNS, that is an insane amount. And even though I'm ambulance and I don't like America's gun culture, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's a good thing. I think that's pretty obvious from all the school shootings that happen. And I know you've got your First and your Second Amendment, and I actually can't remember which amendment the right of arms is. I can't remember. It's probably the Second Amendment, right? I can't remember. Really. Brits have no sense of the American Constitution. I'll be honest with you, to British people, the American Constitution is pretty meaningless. No offense to Americans, because I know it's important to you. My point being is that even though I don't like America's gun culture and all the problems that brings, and guns are bad, violence is bad, I would go to a gun range in America and shoot some guns. I've said it again, like this. Not to endorse the use of those type of things, but and I certainly don't use them on animals. You know, I don't want them used on animals or people. But I would go to a range and I would have a go with one of those. You know what I'm going to do, Jamie? I'm going to put you in a 5-minute timeout because the majority of comments have been really weird, and the last one was personal. Commenting my hair in a not very friendly way. So Jamie's get in the bin for 5 minutes, and if you come back after 5 minutes, hopefully you'll be chill. Amber had a spice bag yesterday. We've had a lot of talk about spice bags on the channel. I do need to experience one for myself one day. Bailey says I have a Zoom call tomorrow with someone famous here. Can you give us a clue, Bailey? If you can't tell us who, can you give us like a clue what they're famous for? Is it like sport or music or politics or acting? Give us a clue. Or tell us. If you can tell, extra cool. Fox says Americans have more freedoms than us in the UK. Yeah, in some ways they do. Yes, they do. I think America is a very, very sick country, though, in some ways. And when I say sick, I don't mean Americans are sickos. That's not what I mean. But the way the pharmaceutical industry is, the healthcare system in America is absolutely despicable. America is a brutal place. America is one of the most brutal places in the world. Because if you've got money, you're great. If you've not got money, you're nothing. And that's honestly how it is. Americans, feel free to correct me, but from everything I know about America, my visits to America, my experiences of America, learning about America, watching films and documentaries about America, and also one thing I would say as well, the justice system in America is despicable, genuinely despicable. There's so many people in America who are born into poverty and they go on the wrong track, and then the system slams them up for years and years and years. Particularly, I would say people from I wouldn't normally follow this line of logic, but it is true from disadvantaged backgrounds, marginalised communities. I don't even use the phrase very often, but it is true. People from marginalised groups, they get slammed up in prison, and the system doesn't care. In America, they don't care about redemption. That's not the American story. It's not about redeeming yourself. If the whole felon system, right? This thing really pisses me off, honestly. Is once you're a felon in America, you're like a second-class citizen. And there's no sense of you made a mistake and you can kind of come back from that. It's if you're a felon, you're branded for life. You are scum, basically, in the eyes of the system. And that's really bad because whilst I believe in justice and justice systems and tough justice sometimes, I also think that people have a right to rebuild and atone for their crimes. And honestly, America doesn't really offer that. Anyway, enough ranting about America. Let me get back to the chat. Ozgy's in the chat. Nice to see you, Ozgy. How are you doing? Long time no see. Stern says Ireland is one of the best cultures in the world, period. Well, we would say full stop over here, Stern, but I know what you're saying. And yeah, honestly, listen, I'm very jealous of Irish people in some ways because Ireland has just been wrecked less. Ireland has been wrecked less than my country. And it's a beautiful place. And the Irish people, strong cultural identity, good crack, strong people. Don't know. It's just a good culture. So I really couldn't. I mean, obviously, Sturdy, I'm going to back my country and my culture, but objectively speaking, Ireland is one of the best countries. I would say, no doubt about it. Foxy just says simply, America equals kaput. Oh, nice. And Rock says, well, I'm in college right now. Last year, I'll save up when I have my real job to hopefully afford a peanut farm. That's a cool dream to have. Genuinely, I really like that. That's awesome. And what's up to you, Sage? Good to see you in the chat, Sage. You're doing well. Sage says, hi, Edward. Sorry I'm late. Listen to Girl in Red early to see if the lesbian stereotypes would. And yes, Girl in Red is peak. I've never heard of Girl in Red, but I'm sure you enjoyed it, Sage, and it's nice to see you in the chat. And yeah, just remember we are a trans-friendly stream. Just to make that clear. Just to make that very clear. Oh, and Sage in Red is a song artist. Girl in Red. Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing, Sage. Oh, okay. Let me scroll up, Bailey. So you let me scroll up to save your message. But if not, then yeah, DM me. But let me. Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, okay. So Christopher Audrey, I think that's how you say it, or Audrey, the son of the person who created the Railway series, or his mate Thomas the Tank Engine. No way. That's super cool. I thought Thomas the Tank Engine was a British thing, honestly. Well, what do I know? Very cool, Bailey. Foxy just says Christopher, Lady in Red. See with the barricades. This is not the place for that, honestly. Thank you, Sterney, for deleting that message. Like, why do people do that? Like, honestly, right, if anyone wants to advocate for Palestine, I fully respect that. If you want to advocate for Palestine, if you want to advocate for the people, for the women in Afghanistan, I fully respect that. But I just don't get why you'd come on a stream which has nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with Palestine, nothing to do with Israel, and go free Palestine. It's like, go put that energy into a place where it has impact. Like, I respect your passion for the Palestinian suffering, I really do, but it's just pointless. And well done, Mr. Fox. It was Mr. Fox that deleted that message, so good work, Mr. Fox. Oh, and Bailey says, yes, Thomas Tank Engine is a British thing. Yeah, I was tripping out then. I was like, hang on a minute, I swear that's his thing. And guys, let's just take a step back for a second. Let's not. I want everybody. So I'm talking to you, banana bangers. I'm talking to Sage. I'm talking to everybody else. This is the problem we had last time. It disintegrated. The chat disintegrated into people squabbling about politics. So please, let's just leave the arguing to one side. Otherwise, I'm going to time everybody out. I will literally time Sage out, banana. I don't care who's in the wrong because I don't want my stream and the chat to turn into squabbling. It ruins it for me and it ruins it for the people here. So please, Sage, I'm on your side. I'm backing you up. Banana bangers, please leave it and let's just continue the stream and have a good time because otherwise, actually end the stream right now because I cannot be bothered. I cannot be bothered having people arguing in the chat because it ruins it for me and it ruins it for other people. So with that being said, let the good vibes continue and let me get back to the chat. Now, meanwhile, Eddie says, Edward, I'm well annoyed as my Meta account for Meta Horizon Virtual Reality. It doesn't work to log into Instagram and Facebook, but I'm visible on those apps as a person with my full name, Edward Childs, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's not an age-related thing, is it, Eddie? My Meta account for Meta Horizon doesn't work to log into... It's weird. That is weird. Yeah, so don't worry. That's what I'm saying. I'm backing you. I'm backing you up. You are welcome to talk about the artists. You're welcome to talk about queer culture. You're welcome to talk about your experiences of that. That I've got no problem with whatsoever. And I will support you if anybody's giving you a hard time or coming at you. All I'm just saying is that I don't want there to be a back and forth. But worry not, say I'm on your side. And thank you, Sterney. We're moving on. Cool. And everybody's chill again. Fantastic. Foxy says, what's Facebook? Oh, Jamie, fuck off. Fuck off. I tell you what, I'm gonna leave. I tell you what, Jamie. Nobody time Jamie out. Jamie, you've got a chance to apologise, or you can fuck off. Honestly, we swear in these streams, but you're really bugging me because all you've done this evening is come on the stream, leave weird comments, troll comments, comment about my hair, just be annoying, basically. Jamie, you're in the bin. Don't ever come back. For our timeout. See you later. Rude. Very rude. Very, very rude. And you know me, guys, I don't like timing people out. But Jamie, who's probably still watching right now, and if you're Jamie, go away and don't come back because you left 5 weird comments. I let it slide. Another weird comment. I said, just keep it chill. You made a personal comment about my appearance. Someone else timed you out. You came back and you started being weird, so just go away. Eddie says, I just came back after YouTube crash and all I hear is, fuck off, Jamie, fuck off. Yeah, listen, guys, I'm sorry for the bad language and I really don't like being that bad-tempered guy, kicking off, bring your bad energy. But sometimes I shouldn't let it get to me, but just sometimes when it's like, I've given someone like 5 chances just to be chill. Other people have been like, be chill. Someone's timed them out for 10 seconds. Eddie timed him. I think it was Eddie. You timed this Jamie's out for 10 seconds. And you would think that if timed out, that's just like, take that as a message, just chill out a little bit, calm it down, and be cool. But he didn't. He just kept piping up with pointless, provocative. He said something like, "Why do you get to pick the topics?" Well, it's Michael. So if we want to talk about certain topics, I will steer the conversation. Oh, God. And you're right, Mr. And Mr. Fox says your hair looks cool, and Jamie is a doily. Thank you, Mr. Fox. Double win for that comment. Banana bangers, we are cool, my friend. Absolutely all fine. You just keep being chill in the chat and all will be well. And like Eddie says, it's a 10-second timeout initially. And the thing is, right, I don't want anybody to be timed out. I want everybody to be welcome, everybody to be chill. But it's kind of like if you've got a club or something, and one or two people are spoiling it in the club for the rest of the people, you can't let the whole get wrecked because people don't know how to behave. And unfortunately, Jamie doesn't know how to behave. Yeah. God. Some people. I can only speculate that Jamie's very young. I don't know how old Jamie is, but I can only assume that Jamie's bypassed the age verification on this channel, on this stream, because I told YouTube it's not for kids. But Jamie must have an account somehow where he's bypassed it. Anyway, he's gone. Then he says, Jimmy Brown. No, nobody timed Jimmy Brown out. Another rude person in the chat. Now, Jimmy Brown, what do you mean speak normal English? I'm an English man speaking English. And I'm literally from the country where English is arrived. So nobody timed Jimmy Brown out. I want to see what Jimmy Brown has got to say. And hello to you, Kaylin. Crazy. Like I've always said, guys, we're so lucky on the channel because 90% of the people, at least, are really chill, really friendly, bring a positive energy. And I think because most people are chill around here, when we occasionally get rude people or weird people, and not good weird either, like bad, troll weird, it stands out. Anyway, we're moving on. Fox says, Jamie, he'll be snooded up in his camo jacket riding about his team electric scooter. Very possible. Yeah, he's not said anything else, so yeah, probably gone off to mug an old person or something like that. But fortunately, the real ones are here keeping it real, so shout out to everyone. Let me do a few shout outs. So shout out to Kaylin, shout out to Banana Bangers, shout out to Sage, shout out to Mr. Fox, shout out to Sterney, shout out to Eddie, shout out to anyone else I've missed. But yeah, shout out to everyone real. And a Jazz as well, of course. The Jazz master, the Canadian tow truck queen, who's probably boom. Jimmy's message is already gone. But yes, shout out to Jazz, of course. And I hope you're having a good day, Jazz. I hope you're nice and safe in the tow truck, and I hope work has been all right for you. Jazz is a busy lady, but she's still got time to say, "Oh, Canada." And shout out to Eddie and all the rest of the people setting people like Jimmy straight. Like you say, we want to keep it friendly, chill, supportive. Those are the vibes. Delicious. As always, remember to stay hydrated, even when it's not especially hot outside. Remember to stay hydrated at all times. And the Jazz is spreading love, which we appreciate, Jazz. And we're sending you big hugs as always, from our little part of the world to yours, over in sweet Canada. Sterney is getting tested for ADHD soon. Maybe you'll be part of the ADHD club soon, Sterney. There's always room for one more. One of us. One of us. Banana Bang says, Edward, who's your fave fan, or do you have favourites? What would you rank? No ranking. I can't be ranking people, Banana Bangers. But what I would say is I really do appreciate the people who I do know, who I do recognise, and I do mentally make a note of. All the people that come and supportive to me. I'll always be grateful for that. So worry not, Banana Bangers. When I think of you, I think very fondly of your support. But yeah, can't be ranking anybody because that would be unfair. And you know what? Different people bring different vibes to the chat, like their own different flavours. Some people are kind of like quietly background. Some people are very chatty. Some people are like don't say, but they're motivational. Some people just pop in now and then. But for me, it's all about the energy. Like, do people bring nice energy? And if they do, whatever that looks like, I appreciate that. I will love Canadians, Canadian cousins. This is exactly right, Foxy. I legitimately see Canadians as like you say, like cousins to us, because there's obviously a strong cultural, historical connection between the two countries. And I think in some ways our cultures are quite alike. I think Canada has a reputation, or Canadians have a reputation for being very polite and cordial. And unfortunately, Britain is not, is not like it was. But traditionally speaking, those manners and that kind of care is very much a British thing. So yeah, I have a lot of time for Canada. Ow, ooh, that hurt for various reasons. Um, Oh, and Eddie says, Edward, how YouTube stream set as not for kids is by hiding it on non-signed-in app or website users. Interesting. That makes sense, honestly, Eddie, and thank you for confirming or clarifying that. That does make sense, honestly. I guess I don't want to say yes, it is for kids though, because yeah, I guess it doesn't specifically target 2 children, but I just want to cover myself in that respect. Oh, what a nice comment. Banana says, thank you, Edward. It means a lot to me. I feel included and I love the inclusive atmosphere. Big up to you, Banana. I'm glad to hear that you feel included. That's what it's all about. So big respect and hugs to you. Eddie says, also, quote of the week. Ooh, I'm ready for it. Sterney says, is it my time to shine with the quotes? If you've got one, Sterney, hit us with a quote. And yes, Kaylin. Now, Kaylin, we've had problems before where you've been very erratic in the chat, telling us you're going to self-harm, telling us you haven't eaten for days, you haven't drunk all day. So we need you to take your medication. We really do. Foxy says, when I was at school, not one person had ADHD, one difficulties, and that was it. Yeah, I think it was just less understood back then, honestly. Foxy. Some people think there's like an overdiagnosis, the rates of diagnosis are like excessive. But honestly, I don't know. As someone who is neurodiverse, I kind of just think that people weren't as understood back then. I know what you're saying, though. No, I do know what you're saying. And Jazz says, Edward, you check out my new home. Check out my new home sometime. Jazz, I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Tomorrow, guys, I've told you before. Tomorrow, I'm handing my notice in at work. So soon, I'm going to be a free man, and I'm excited for that. Yeah, in about a month's time, I'm going to be free from work. So who knows, Jazz? Maybe I can make this Vietnam/Cambodia/Thailand trip into a plus Canada trip as well. Like, who knows? I'm going to have to see if I can find some cheap flights to Canada. And honest with you, when I looked it up, Jazz, one of the problems was like traveling, getting to Saskatchewan. I don't get one day I for sure will come. But I don't think there's any airports nearby. There's maybe like one. There's like Saskatchewan Airport or whatever, but I feel like that's like the local one, right? And you've got to catch a connecting flight from Toronto and stuff like that. But worry not, that will not stop me. I've got to come and check in with McQueen. And by the way, I hope you're in your new home. I actually, because I've not reconnected with you on Snapchat, you've probably been sent snaps, so forgive me, Jazz. Please forgive me. But I'm really curious to see what your new place looks like. So yeah, after this, watch out for a Snapchat from me on the usual. Yeah, I'm excited to see how things are going for you. Annie, or is that Daniil? I think that's Daniil says, if you listen so bad by Michael Jackson, I will like and sub. It's a good offer. It's a good offer. Hopefully you will subscribe anyway. Right now we're not doing song requests just because tunes are through there and I'm through here. But yeah, thank you for joining. Joining, I nearly said. Joining the stream, Daniil. So Sage had a class where they were doing fractions and someone asked if they were a flag, what flag would we be? And called Joe said the pride flag, and I said under my breath, me too, Joe, too. Oh, Stoney's got one. Stoney's got a quote. First of all, do the quote from Eddie who says, be yourself, everyone else has already taken Oscar Wilde. That's a great one, Eddie, and I've actually never heard that quote before. So that's a great one. Thanks for sharing that, Eddie. And yeah, Kaylin, you need to take medication because it spoils it for everybody, because you get really hyper and erratic and then tell us that you're going to self-harm, you're going to jump off a bridge, and it stresses me in the chat out. So we don't want to be stressed out. We want you to be happy and we want us to be happy. So please do consider taking your medication. And what's up to the guy who says hello from Baghdad? Hello, the guy. Great to see you again. And thanks for tuning in. How is life in Baghdad at the moment? Okay, and the quote from Sterney is, room without books is like a body without a soul. Marcus Tullius Cicero. Thank you, Sterny. That's a good one as well. And we've got another one from the Sterns. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Bernard M. Baruch. Or maybe that's Bernard M. Baruch. It's a good one. I was like, Banana's headphones have come. Hell yeah. The guy says, can he help me get a job in finance? Now, I'm not just saying it, the guy, but I genuinely can't because I'm about to leave my job in finance. But my advice to you, if you were looking to get into that, it would probably best to formally go that route, studying in school and then university. And beyond that, it would be to get like an internship or an apprenticeship at a company that has some type of financial aspect to it. Or even just some sort of which has like an internship, which has a financial aspect to it. So you could work as like in the accounts department, for example, for, I don't know, any type of company, but just something that's to finance to get your foot in the door. And what I'd also recommend to you is reach out directly. If you want to get into any type of job, reach out directly to the type of places that you want to work at, because they will really appreciate energy, that hunger. And even if they can't offer you a job there and then, they might have schemes, they might programs, they might have apprenticeships, you know what I mean? You don't know. So as a wise man once said, he who dares wins. So that's the advice I'd give you. And what's up to you, Princess Leah 290? You say hi. What's up to you, Princess Leah? Good to see you. And Jazz says, we have an airport at our city. Hell yeah, Jazz. Imagine if you picked me up from the airport in a tow truck. Now that would be thick. That would be travelling in style. But I won't hold you to be my taxi, Jazz. But I'm just saying, a lift in the tow truck at some point would be pretty cool. And take care, Eddie. Good to see you, man. And look after yourself. Foxy also lives near to an airport. Jazz says, I did from a 1979 van to a fifth-wheel camper. Plenty of room for a guest. Hell yeah, Jazz. Oh, absolute sweetheart. You absolute gem. You're a good soul, Jazz. You really are. And I hope you. Well, it sounds like you are. It sounds like you're loving the upgrade. So I'm excited to see some photos of that for sure. The guy says, Baghdad is very hot right now. Our electricity comes. Got you. Yeah. It must be tough, honestly. It must be tough. Yeah, so Foxy, the person in the chat called the guy is the person from who lives in Baghdad, which is so weird because all these places in the world, I know it sounds really ignorant and silly. Some of these places, like we hear the names of them, like, you know, Baghdad or I don't know, like Gaza or wherever, just these places, and they're just almost so abstract. Like people live there, millions of people live in these places, but they don't feel real almost. They just feel like places you've heard about on the news all your life. Callum L 1418 says, I want to work at a nursing home. Any advice? Foxy says, Callum wear gloves. Well, Callum, if you're trolling, then you'll have no problem getting a job at a nursing home. I think there's a lot of demand for that type of job. And if I was going to give you advice, I would just say, treat the people you care for like you would want your family to, if that makes sense. Now, Jazz, the tow truck queen, aka my taxi driver, says, bro, I would totally pick you up with the truck roll. That would be badass, to be fair. That would be badass. I rock up in Canada, and like I just get out of the terminal, and I just hear like a and I look to one side. It's just Jazz like, yo, what's up? that would be lit. That would be lit. We Are Charlie Cook says, Edward, have you heard about Oliver Tree? Yes, I have. Rest in peace to Oliver Tree. And Banana says, Edward, can you do a full live stream sometime, like 24-hour vlog? I've seen that sometimes. You know what? What's it? Oh, what's he called? Some guy, I've forgotten. I didn't subscribe to him, but I checked. His streams came up on YouTube for me. Oh, is it called like Me Pal or Your Pal something? I'm going to try and find it. Some guy who lives in Vietnam. I think he's German or something like that. And his streams randomly came up on YouTube for me. And he lives in Vietnam. He actually lives in he lives in Da Nang, which I want to go into Vietnam. And I want to like rent an apartment there for like a month or something. Because it's like quite to be affordable. It's like by the sea, so I can like go swimming and like running on the beach and stuff. And anyway, he does sometimes these like long streams where he'll just like himself, like filming himself asleep, like 12-hour streams or like day-long streams. So when I am in Vietnam and hopefully have an apartment, that's when I will try and do some longer streams, I think. Fox says, ask him about the area that Saddam made, like the ancient city of Babylon. He made full streets. Yeah, the guy, if you're still here, can you tell us about what the people of Iraq think about Baghdad, about Saddam Hussein? Now, I can't read the Irish, which Sterney's put in there, but she says, there's no fireplace like your own fireplace, aka there's no home like, no, there's no place like home. I like that, there's no fireplace. I wonder how you say that. Irish, I just have no idea how to pronounce the words. You know, like Spanish or even German, you can have a crack at. With Irish, I just have no idea. Foxy says, what does lit mean? Newfangled term. It means like good, Foxy. It means like really good, like really cool. Fox says they bet they don't like him, but Saddam did keep everyone in line. Yeah, like I don't know much about Middle Eastern politics with you, or specifically the politics of Iraq. But from what I understand, Saddam Hussein was a dictator, a terrible dictator, but he kind of kept things on an even level. That's not me endorsing Saddam Hussein. He sounds like a terrible man, but it was like, do you know what I mean? It was calm, and like the instability came once that dictator was no longer in place. We Are Charlie Kirk says, Edward, why are you choosing all the topics? I feel like this is Amy's back on another channel, honestly. Foxy says, could I not say, oh, that's bright, that, instead of lit? We could indeed, Foxy. You know what, Foxy? I reckon canny is your version of lit. And fun fact for anyone watching who's not from England, the only place that I'm aware of, the only region in the country which uses the word canny to mean good is the northeast. Like, oh, like, aye, she's a canny lass. Like, oh, she's a good. It's like a general, correct me if I'm wrong, Foxy, but it's like a generally positive word. Like, you could say, oh, that's canny, or you could say, like, oh, she's a canny lass. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, another fun for you, the only place, I've told you this before, but the only place in England, in fact, the whole of the UK where people say mom is in the Midlands. So the very central region of England, like the Birmingham, Wolverhampton, West Brom, Dudley, Solihull, that middle part of England, that's the only part of the whole of the UK where people say mom instead of mum or mam. Mam is common in the north, but mum is the most common one in the UK. And what's up to you, William? Back in the chat. And Fox says Scotland and North East. Do they say canny in Scotland? Didn't know that, Foxy. Didn't know that, but it makes sense, I guess, especially like South East Scotland. Sterney is fluent in Irish, but not really. Fair enough, Sterney. Fair enough. Who have I missed? And yeah, and I have heard that, Sterney. I've heard there's another meant to be a heat wave hitting us. I just saw that in the news today. Vinay, alaikum assalam to you. Peace be with you as well, Vinay. How are you doing this evening? To see you. And Sterney says, "Mam is more Irish though." And with me, ma'am. Talking to me, ma'am. Is that what? Yeah, Sterney. Would your average Irish person say "ma'am" instead of "mum"? Mum, mum. I would have thought they would have said like, "Oh, mum, I'm just going to chat to my mum," you know. Oh wow, that's so sad. So Jamie's has got multiple burners accounts. Just to ask, why does this guy keep choosing the topics? So Jamie's literally made multiple burner accounts just to come back and ask that question, which is weird, honestly. Vinay says, how's everything going, sassy Edward? Not too bad, thank you, Vinay. Not too bad. And how about you, Vinay? How are you doing? We Are Charlie Kirk says, liking the stream, Edward. Well, to be honest with you, We Are Charlie Kirk, I'm not liking having you in the stream, so please, feel free to leave. And if you want, don't ever come back. And just so you know, by the way, I'm not going to be engaging with the troll comments. So we are Charlie Kirk and the other burner account that you've got. I'm not going to bother to entertain those comments. If someone has genuine feedback about, oh, I can't hear you, you're speaking too fast, or what you said was offensive for this reason, then I'll always listen to valid feedback. But if it's just people being like trolls or critical, then it's not worth my time. And Sterney says, yeah, in Ireland we say ma'am instead of mum or interesting. Did not know that, so thank you, Sterney, for the update. William says, do you finish work earlier on a Friday? No, not really, unfortunately. My friend does. She finishes at I think she finishes at 4 o'clock, 4 or 4:30. But no, unfortunately for me, it will be anywhere from 4:45 to just after 5. Fox says, Scottish accent, I just can't do it, Captain. Can't do it. And Sterney is giving We Are Charlie Kirk some strong words in Irish, I think. And thank you, Sage, for the backup. I appreciate that. And big up to Foxy for backing me up. Appreciate that. Vinay, talking about life in Afghanistan, says, everything going as usual over here. Silent streets at night, mobs roaming somewhere in the distance on vehicles, and the tantrums of my manager. Ugh. Sounds hellish, honestly, Vinay. Sounds hellish. Akansha Vima says, hello, where are you from? I'm from England, Akansha. I hope that's how you say your name, Akansha. But yeah, nice to see you. How about you? Where are you from? Oh, it's an early one. It's an early one for Mr. Fox. Foxy, I don't know if you told me before, but what? How many hours do you normally work, if you don't mind sharing, Fox? If you don't want to share, that's cool, but I think you might have said, and I missed it. And Akansha has just deleted the message, but you did say you're from India. Akansha, if you're still listening, or you've reinstalled the message or put another message, you say you're from India. Well, good evening to you. And like I said before, we have many Indian viewers that watch the chat, watch the stream. So yeah, good to see you, and thanks for joining. And Sogohel has got special needs and is someone with Down syndrome. So if we could all give a very warm welcome to Soga Hotel, who, as well as having Down syndrome, has a good sense of humour. So, Soga Hotel. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna run with that one because I don't want anyone to think I'm being mean to people with Down syndrome. So, Soga Hotel. The difference between you and me is that I'm here doing something positive, and you're spending your free time being negative and trying to poke fun at someone. So, Soga Hotel. I'm not even angry with you. I genuinely, I pity you. So whoever you are, wherever you're from in the world, however old you are, whatever your ground is, I wish you well. And I hope one day your life is happy to the point where you don't feel you need to spend your energy trying to bring other people down. So all the best to you, Sogo Hotel. The Second Coming, Alan Becker says, hello, what's up with The Second Coming? And hello to you, Angel. And Foxy does 40 odd hours a week, something like that. God-given right, OG status. Nice. Soga Hotel, I'm not gonna answer any questions to you until you apologise. And if you don't want to apologise, feel free to leave. Genuinely, there's no hard feelings from me, but if you apologise, I won't be answering any of your questions. The Second Coming says, time to go attack TDL for the second time this week. TDL, what does that mean? I'm being slow. But I talk about England's match that's coming up on Sunday night. I hope you talk about that. So we're looking for that. I can't. Okay, yes, the message has been deleted. What did Mr. Fox say a minute ago? 6 days on full pay is my God-given right, OG states. Oh, Mr. Fox. That'll be a sweet deal. No, Soga Hotel, that's not an apology. You put, I'm sorry you got upset. No, it's not me getting upset. You came into the chat and said, oh, like yourself, you said that I basically had Down syndrome. You were poking fun at me. But in doing so, you were poking fun at people with Down syndrome. You were using Down syndrome, people with Down syndrome, as an insult. That's what you're trying to do. So, Soga Hotel, grow up, honestly. Grow up. Like I say, I've got no ill feeling towards you, but the thing is, Soga Hotel, you think you're doing a thing. you think you're being smart, and you think that you're doing something clever and funny, but you're not, because you're spending your free time to try and spread negative energy on the internet. And that's the difference between me and you. For all my flaws, I'm here trying to bring a bit of positive energy to the world, and you're just being a hater. That's the energy you're putting out into the world. So, like I say, you want me to be annoyed, you want me to be frustrated, and I'm not. I'm neither of those things. I just feel bad for you, because I've said this on the chat before. People that are genuinely happy, they're just not interested in trolling people because they've got good things going on in their life, and it's just that. Fox says, "Our lass has ramen on the go." Mr. Fox, you've got it made, man. You've got it, and supper tummy. You've got it made, Mr. Fox. You've got a nice lass who's whipping you up some scran. Top of the world. Actually, it is one for you, Mr. Fox. In the northeast, do they say scran? Because in the northwest, we definitely say scran, but I don't know if that's a thing in the northeast. Sogatel says, "I'm sorry I was trying to bring laughter to the chat." No, you weren't trying to bring laughter to the chat. You insult me, and you insulted people with Down syndrome in the process. So, doing that thing where you're not apologising, you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry you got upset. Oh, I'm sorry I was just trying to have a laugh." And you weren't doing that. And now in your mind, you're convincing yourself, "Oh, that's all I was doing. I'm laughter to the chat." And you weren't. You were jumping on a stranger's stream and trying to insult them through the guise of a joke. So, if you are 42, Soga Hotel, then that makes it even worse, honestly. You're probably like 14, because I would expect that type of behaviour from someone who's genuinely not fully developed as an adult yet. Akansha says, "Have you ever come to India?" Not yet. One day, it's one of the countries I want to visit one day. Would love to visit India. Such an interesting place, such a massive place. Like I was saying in the last stream, just the size of India, the amount of people there is just mind-blowing. But yeah, one day. And apparently in the northeast, they do say scran. Good to know. And Sterney says, "Well, there was no laughter here, so that's a thing. So thanks, Sterney." Banana says, "Edward, when will you get auto banned for rude people?" Well, you know what, Banana? I'm optimistic, and sometimes when people jump in the chat and they're rude, I give them a chance to apologise, and they do apologise, and then they become part of the stream. They become chill, and they're like, "You know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that." And I'm like, "It's all good," because I want to give people, as I was saying before, a chance at redemption. Not that I'm some sort of like, some sort of supreme leader who's like, "You are pardoned. You are forever in the bin." Like, I'm not saying that. I just mean that, like, we all make mistakes, and I want to give people a chance to make it right, and if they're right, then they're out of here. Nah, Sogo. It's a good try, Sogo, but it's unfortunately until you listen. I'm not wanting you to apologise because I'm offended. I want you to apologise because you need to understand the way you acted wasn't cool, it wasn't funny, and it wasn't very nice. That's what it comes down to, Sogo. If you're on a burner account, this is your first time here, because I always remember the usernames 99% of the time. And the point of these streams is to create like a fun, chill environment where everybody's welcome. And imagine if you were someone who had Down syndrome and you joined the stream, or you had a relative that had Down syndrome, and they saw your comment, they'd be probably upset. I would say. That's what it comes down to. And what's up, Hacker Raven? To see you in the chat. Akansha says, "Do you like Indian food?" Yes, I do. One of my favourite foods of all. One of my top, definitely 5 cuisines. It's Indian food's amazing, and because it's a massive country, there's such like variation and like diversity in the food. So yeah, 100%. And one thing I would say as well, Indian food is, when I watch videos of like street food being made in India, it seems like there's just such an understanding of how to layer flavors and to cook with food, which we just don't have over here. We just don't have the same understanding, like on a kind of cultural level. Like, we have amazing food here, don't get me wrong, but on like an instinctive level, not instinctive level, but on a cultural level, we don't have the awareness when it comes to like the use of certain herbs and spices. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Indian food for sure. And boom, Sogo, just like that. Now, I don't know whether Sogo's been sincere or not. But Sogo, you're saying all the right things. You say, I'm sorry for being insensitive. I apologise to you in the chat. I can redeem myself. Sogo, apology accepted. That's all I wanted. And thank you for being a bigger person and being chill. That's all I wanted. So big up to you for being cool. And shout out to Hacker Ava, who just subscribed. And Hacker Ava a minute ago said hello. I think I gave you a shout out before, Hacker Ava, but thank you very much for subscribing. Akansha says, what's your favourite dish? Ooh, good question. I'll tell you one thing I do really enjoy, which when I lived in Manchester, I used to get from this vegetarian Indian restaurant. And I'm vegan, just for reference, but I used to get the vegan food from there, and it's papdi chaat. I presume you might have had that. For anyone that's not had that, like little like wheat crackers, like they're usually fried, like fried wheat crackers, and they're like layered with like, well, these ones had like sort of a bit of potato, like pomegranate seeds. There was like chutney on there, a bit of sev, which is like crunchy. I actually don't know what sev's made out of. I think it's not lentil flour. It's kind of like crunchy, crispy pieces, right? And there was like, what else was on there? There was chickpeas as well. It's just really good. That's what I'm talking about Indian food. Sometimes it's like, it's the layering of the flavour. So I love papdi chaat. I love dokla, which is like a spongy yellow cake. I think it comes from the south, possibly the Gujarat region. I could be wrong on that. I think it comes from the Gujarat region in India. But yeah, dokla, which has like a bit of coconut like on the top of it. It's kind of like it's savoury, but it's kind of like a sweet, spongy, savoury cake. Really good. And obviously I love things like dal, you know, standard things like chana masala. I love the flatbread in India, biryani. Like, there's so much good Indian food. I could go on. Sogo says, can you have eggs or not if you're vegan? No, so vegans don't consume any animal products at all. Lustin, I think that's an L. Lustin says, what time is it in your country? It is currently 9:16 in the evening. Terry Fino says, incomplete proteins. Not on a vegan diet. I don't know if you're talking about my diet or somebody else's, but no, full range of amino acids on a vegan. Who have I missed? Minnie says, did I miss the Roblox live? No, don't worry, Minnie. I am still in debt to the chat for one Roblox live. 200 subs, it was meant to happen. We're now on 600 something subs. But it will happen. It will happen. And I know I keep saying this, but like I said before, I am a man of my word. And it might take me another week, maybe another year, but I will deliver the 200 subs Roblox stream. And what else have I promised you? Don't say press-ups, Foxy, because I've done a good amount of press-ups recently. But yeah, more things will come, I promise you. And say once we get to that next milestone of 1,000 subs, pew, sky's the limit. And ooh, okay, and Akansha, I think that's your name rather than Akan. Now I don't know whether your name is Akansha Verma or Akansha Verma. I don't know. I'll call you Akansha for now, unless you correct me. But you say my favourite is aloo tikki. Nice, nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, love potato as well. Love it. Banana says, do you play Roblox, Edward, or what is your favourite game? I am actually not a gamer, guys. Just because I never grew up with gaming, so it never became part of my routine, lifestyle. But if I had to pick one game, I know you're going to hate me for this, it'd probably be something like Mario Kart, just because I can play it. Like, I can actually have a game of Mario Kart. So I really like that. I do like Tony Hawk's as well. That's a good game. So yeah. Minnie says, I think I've replied to your comment. And Akansha says, did you chat? Yes, I did. I've not had it for a while since I moved out of Manchester, but yeah, I do like papdi chaat. What else do I like? Oh, I'll tell you what I do like as well. Halva. So not the halva, which is like the Turkish Middle Eastern version. It's the one like the Indian version, which is made with carrot. Oh, if you guys ever get to try, I would really recommend it. It's like, it sounds really simple, and you might not like the sound of it, but it's basically like grated carrot with almond flour, and there's like raisins in there. It's way better than it sounds. It's really nice, and it's like, it's incredible really for what is in it. Like carrots and almond flour and a bit of sugar probably, but it's so good. It's almost like cakey, but it's made out of sugar. Akansha says, can we be friends? Hell, Akansha, why not? Sogo's favourite game is RuneScape. Interesting. And Akansha said it's carrot beer. Carrot beer. Now, a minute ago, I saw Mr. Fox say, "Shh, don't mention about work, otherwise he's going to leave the stream." And unfortunately, in a few minutes, we will have to leave the stream. But let's see if we can get to 20 likes before that happens, guys. Banana says, "Edward, do you recommend me to block the person who's messaging me? She keeps sending me, and I don't feel comfortable with it anymore. I don't want to meet her." Yeah, if you listen uncomfortable and you met them on the internet, block them. 100%. Block them. And Sage has to roll in 11 minutes, so at 9:30. No worries, Sage. Akansha says dessert. Yeah, halva, very good, guys. Would really recommend it. And what else can I recommend? Now, listen, I'm not like an Indian food expert by any means. But obviously the curries, like sag aloo, which is like potatoes and spinach. That's good. Like I said, taka dal. Really love. That's good. If you ever get a chance to try taka dal, very good. Very popular in India, Pakistan, probably Bangladesh as well. What else? Like I said, I really like the flatbreads they have in India. Like the roti, I used to get roti a lot. Now, naan is probably more, to British people, they're probably more familiar with naan than they are roti, although roti is very common as well. But I like roti. Paratha is also good. I think probably one of my favourites just because it's like a bit thinner. And personally, when I get an Indian, I like to have like rice and curries and maybe starch. I feel like if you get rice and bread, you don't need as much bread. That's just me personally. Some people just have curry and rice. Some people just have bread and curry. But for me, if I do get like bread as well as the rice, I just want a little bit of bread. I've made that mistake before. It can be too carb heavy. You want, a good even mix. And take care, Minnie. We'll see you later. Terry says bread culture is global anyway. This is true. Bread culture is absolutely global. I suppose different countries have a different history with bread. For example, the bread in France is very different to the bread in, India or Pakistan or Iran. You are right. Bread is like a global thing. Akansha says I'm on Snapchat. Yeah, I am. You can find me on Snapchat. The name is just EdwardCares. Fox says, I like that green pasta and whole grain pasta. Green pasta. The green pasta, Mr. Fox. So good. What is UK's national dish? I don't think we have a single national dish. I think there's a number of national dishes. Now, there was one which was, is it a Balti? I think it might have been the Balti curry, which was possibly voted like the nation's favourite, something like that. But in terms of more traditional food, things like fish and chips. Obviously, I don't eat fish, but that's like a very classic British dish. Stuff like bangers and mash, which is just a mashed potato. There's loads, honestly, but some countries have like one dish which they're particular. Like for example, I feel like Spain. It's not unfair to say that paella is like Spain's national dish. Could be, but I'm pretty sure that's like a fair thing to say. But yeah, I don't think we have one single top dish. Fox says, I've given up store-bought bread. It's been 3 weeks. Nice, Foxy. Have you been making your own? Just sacked off the bread. And Rothbog5447 says, hey, man. Hello, Rothbog. How are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Love the energy. Thank you, Jimmy Jazz, who says, lovely people, please poke that like button. Thank you, Jimmy Jazz, as always, for being a real one. Master Cornelius says, you didn't think we wouldn't notice the Messiah just because bro had a shave. Thank you, Master Cornelius. Minnie's back already. Terry says bubble and squeak. I'm not a bubble and squeak in time, but it's a good one. Oh, okay, that is freaky. So someone's created a burner account that says called EdwardCares. Is it my profile picture and says Edward, I love your streams. Who is that? Who is that? Akansha says, give me your Snap ID. I think you was to search EdwardCares. I think that's my Snap ID. Honestly. And Foxy says, no, I've had a bit of sourdough and that's it. I'm giving it up. It's full of rubbish. Yeah, honestly, Foxy, sourdough, I still stand behind. I think that's good for your gut. It's a fermented food. And I think sourdough, particularly homemade sourdough, is fine. But I know what you're saying. Shop bought bread is rubbish. Even you getting like the good ones. You look at the back of them. They've got like emulsifiers in, thickeners, preservatives. Ain't nobody got time for that. So you're right, selective. Minnie says, Edward, you have over 200 views. You have 636 views. Thank you, Minnie. And Maxi2089, hello to you. Good to see you. And yeah, now I know exactly what you mean. And I think the expression sage is actually a doppelganger. But I knew what you meant when you double ganger. Yeah, you're right. I think I do. So yeah, it's a bit freaky. A little bit freaky. Someone has stolen my identity. I feel like I've been scammed and like a credit card fraud. Minnie says it's time for Roblox Live. Well, maybe for you, Minnie, but not for me. And I've actually got to end this stream in a couple of minutes. But if we get to 20 likes, that'd be cool. If not, no worries. But if you are watching and you haven't hit the like, you know what to do. Terry, oh, I can't be bothered reading that comment, honestly. I can't be bothered with it. And Fox says, that's canny funny. You have officially been trolled now, Edward. This is true, Foxy. This is true. Maybe imagine the plot twist. It's actually you, Mr. Fox. On a second account, on a second computer. Cass, is it okay if I make remixes of streams? I'm a fan account. I'm a little bit unnerved, honestly, because I don't know who it is. It's a bit weird to like have someone. If it was like, oh, this is Ben or this is Eddie, and like I've just made an account, I'd be like, okay. But when you don't know who the person is, it's a bit unusual. But what you could do, Edward, the person whoever is on the EdwardCares channel, if you wanted to make some clips, that's cool. If you just credit me, nice. So yeah, if you use my content, please do credit me. I don't want to have to get all snitchy to YouTube and be like, someone's stealing my content. But there is fair use policy as well. So if you were to make videos with my content and put your own spin on it, that falls under fair use. So, you know. Terry Fino says credit hog. Okay, Terry. Okay. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to wait for another positive comment to come through after being called a credit hog. And then it might be time for some shout-outs. In fact, you know what? Let's up here. So, shout out to Banana Bangers, who says, I'm positive. Damn right you are, Banana Bangers. So shout out to Banana Bangers. Shout out to Foxy. Minnie says, your favourite drink. Water is my favourite drink, Minnie. So shout out to Minnie. Shout out to Foxy. Shout out to Banana Bangers. Shout out to... Who have I missed? Shout out to Maxi2089. Shout out to Sterny. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to Akancha. Shout out to Master Cornelius. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Jazz, the Canadian tow truck queen. Oh, you're here as well. And just after I said that, you said, I don't think I would be comfortable with somebody copying my name like that. Yeah. That's it. And Banana Banger says, I love your stream, Edward. Thanks so much. This is my favorite stream ever. Well, thank you, Banana Bangers, for bringing some much-needed positive energy. And Akancha, very nice to have you here. And big up to yourself. And thanks for joining. If you've not hit subscribe already, Akancha, maybe I would, yeah, could I humbly encourage you to hit like and maybe subscribe if you want to be part of the crew. So, with that being said, yeah, I know, guys. Hopefully they're like a friendly fan rather than a sinister fan. But hopefully they'll change that back to something different in the future. But yeah, thing is, if they were like a genuine fan, like wanted to make posts and videos and stuff, that'd be okay. But I don't know. I feel like they're kind of like a key troll or something. But you know what it is. What can I say? It is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But listen, for everyone that's tuned in, appreciate you joining the stream. Big up to yourself. I hope you've had a good time this evening. Have a good day, rest of your night. We'll be back. What day is it today? It's Thursday. So we'll be back on Sunday. And Akansha says, I couldn't find you on Snap. Well, Akansha, if you leave a comment on any one of my videos, I will reply to it with my Snap handle. I will find it on stream. So just comment on any one of my videos, any one of the streams. I will see it as a notification. My doppelganger is going to make an edit of you and post it soon. Hopefully it's not a freaky one. Fox says it's Jamie, isn't it, the big melon? It could well be Jamie. It could well be Jamie. God, some people. He said, guys, take care of yourselves. Stay safe on the internet. Look after yourselves. Big love you all. Jazz, I'm sending you especially big hugs. And Mr. Fox and Akansha. And everybody else. So look after yourself, guys. Take care. And I will see you on Sunday, 8 p.m. UK. Big hugs. Look out for another short on my channel. I keep saying this, but I do want to start uploading more videos. And I thought I saw something in the comments. I thought I saw something, but oh no, it was someone who's just been timed out, so we won't see them again for a while. But with that being said, take care of yourselves, everybody. Look after yourselves. Stay hydrated, and I will see you on Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. And if you've just tuned in, don't forget to hit subscribe to join the vibe. But that's it, guys. Tuning out, signing off, signing out. Sayonara. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.